तो आज हम बात करेंगे गिट के बारे में। गिट होता क्या है, उसके फायदे क्या है, देयर इज नो नेगेटिव साइड ऑफ इट टू बी ऑनेस्टली स्पीकिंग, एंड हाउ गिट used in large enterprise software companies to manage their code. That's all we are going to talk about. So let's talk about Git and what it is, why it is required, and all of that. All of that. Okay. So Git is used to manage version control. So let's say you have a piece of code. Okay, this is your first version. Okay, and there is a client. Let's talk about user. Let's say this is a user. Okay, and this user wants to develop some kind of software, let's say e-commerce application. Okay, and he comes to you and asks you to develop some kind of functionality where like add list of products, categories, variations, add images, upload images should be look beautiful, add resizing of the images, etc, etc. Also create an admin panel. That's all we got to know. So you wrote let's say you wrote a code for that user, and you are continuously managing it, and by managing it you understand that sometimes you are making a mistake, and you have forgot sometimes that this is used to do this or not. So Git basically used to manage the code of your application. Let's go on that. So let's go to the GitHub. GitHub is it's like Pornhub, like where you find a lot of open source Git repositories where you can push your code, pull your code. So let's create a default repository. Let's say a user comes to me and want me to start a project. To start a project, what I am going to do is that the first best practice is to create a repository, whether on GitHub or GitLab. GitLab is used in most of the big companies to proprietize their copyrights, to make sure that and this is open source, so anyone can install it on their own servers and run it like basically it. And so yeah, so let's stick to the GitHub. Let's say user comes to you and asks me to create a project. So I'm going to give you step-by-step guide how you should do it in a way that the code is very manageable, and in future any number of developers can work together in a collaborative way. So the most problem we face is that where if we have one developer who is developing a lot of developing end-to-end softwares, the problem is that the development will be much slow, and you cannot include other members. Let's say front-end developer, front-end expert, back-end expert, data engineer expert, machine learning expert, designer expert, and all of the experts, sometimes R&D department also come to help you guys. So Git version control helps you um, to version your to manage your code effectively and in a managed way, so any number of developers can work together. So let's do the first step. The first step is to create a repository. It's like repository, you can say, like a place where anyone can go and create a folder on the internet. So let's create a repository called econ repository source. Let's make it public so anyone can create a repository on it. Okay, now what we are going to do is, like, we are going to open up our terminal. Okay, and check out to a folder. First April 2024. Let's say this. First, create a folder mkdir git open source. Okay, but then what we are going to do is, like, we are going to create a empty project. Let's create a basic Node.js application as well. Okay, so this will be very simple. So okay, let's also use nvm, latest nvm. Okay, and initialize our repository. So what initialize does is that, let me do that. So let me show you again. Here you can see I have two folders. Let's suppose that these are the main files of the project, and I want to manage these folders, this project, by Git. So what I need to do is, like, I need to run a command called git init. Okay, git init. Git init, what it does is that it initializes a new folder called .git, and in that .git the whole project will be managed by this, and this is the every time you change something, the history will be managed in this folder, and it will go to the servers. So yeah, then what you need to do is, you need to define an origin. Origin in this sense is that, let's say you have multiple developers working together and they all define source of truth. Source of truth will be one origin where your files will be pulled down, but in a project multiple origins can happen, but Right now, theoretically, one project should only have one origin. The best practice is that. But right now, yeah, and we are going to follow that. So we have created this origin here in the GitHub, and let's do the basic stuff. Let's define our remote origin. Okay, and let's create our default branch as well. Branch in the sense like, let me show you what is the branch. So let's say you have a project, you have this project, okay, and in this project, what do you want to call is, we are going to call this main branch. From this main branch, you can create multiple branches. This can have like one. From this you can define like two, just like how a tree branch looks like. There is your main trunk, which is your main branch, and in the main trunk, in the main from the main branch, you can have multiple branches, and every latest branch is the forward branch. So yeah, this is the main branch, and then what we are going to, that's the same thing we are telling it here. We are telling it to define all these branches as this code will be on main branch, and then we are going to push and there is no git. So we need to also say that what are the files that you need to edit. To add the branches, you need to say that git add nvmrc. You can say that I have added only nvmrc, but if you have, let's say, 50 or 60 files and you want to add all of them, you need to do like git add dot, and then you can see here, and you can see here these are the two files has been staged. Let's give it a commit. Let's say what I did in these branches. So git commit in the sense like you need to say something like these are the files that you need to add, and this added file does this. So in the later I can come to this and say, hey, remember, yeah, I did this in this branch. You do not need to. It's very helpful for you to remember what you did after a while. It's very hard to remember. So git commit messages helps you to remember your code in a more meaningful way. Yeah. So let's say I have initialized it. So let me define you also what it does. Git push origin main. So git after adding all the files, committing them with some commit messages, what we did, we run a git command and we install the git command in the second argument to push the code. Push the code where? On our main origin, and to which branch? Main branch. So by giving it to this, we told let me give. So this meaning that main script okay, and then we told that push it which origin which branch. So we finally push the code, and here if I refresh it, I should see the source code. Yeah, I can see the source code here. And let's say I want to add some new things. How I'm going to do this? To do this, I am going to define some kind of issues here. Let's say define mean for and now we need to define the issues. Issues meaning that, let's say it's like requirements. In the Git world, we call it issues. So let's say there are 50 requirements. We are going to define the 50 requirements in the Git issues. Let's say I come to see and the code does not have a feature called button. Button color is not valid. There is a whole complete different feature is missing, like add to cart feature is missing, rating buttons is missing, something like that. So we can define the issues here. Let's say right now I'm creating an issues, dummy issues. Define main source code structure strcture, and we are going to define a basic structure description, like in a wrong description of what feature is missing, and we submit an issue. Like this, we are going to create a lot of issues, and many other developers, let's say, and other sections of your code, let's say project manager, UI developer, and come here and leave their comments. Let me give you an example how the basic proper comments look like. So I should have some kind of application. Let's say this has 832 issues, and this is one issue. And yeah, you can see the problem statement is this. You can see the proper description here. You can see other developers are already working in this, let's say, and yeah, it has been resolved. We are going to do the same here. So let's say your discussion has been successfully understood by the other team members, and what they are going to do, they are going to create a branch. Okay, you can create a branch here. Define structure, and yeah, that's all. And then what we are going to do, git fetch we are going to fetch all the remote, we are going to sync our code from local to remote origins. So we call that, and it feels that in the remote origin there is a new branch called this, and we can check it right out. So git checkout, and we can work on this branch. Let's say let's work on this branch. Okay, so define src main.js. I don't have time, so I'm not going to write the whole lot of code, but I'm going to just leave a console log. main.js code. So you are completely worked on this branch, and then what you need to do is git add the files. Dot meaning it is going to add all the files in your that has been changed, and you are going to also leave a comment. Let's define structure get bus origin and then we push the code. After pushing the code, we are going to open a new pull request. Okay, you can see a message has been popped up here, and then what we are going to do, we are going to provide a full description that provide full description here how it works. Okay. After providing the full description and all the CI/CD has been part, CI/CD part will come later. I will define you in other parts, but other developers will come to you and leave their comments, see the changed file here, and review the code. So first of all, we need to review the code. Code will be reviewed by other peers, but right now I don't have any other peers, so I'm going to move it fast and pull the code. And after pull the code, merge the branch, and this code is going to merge into the main branch. So how it's going to look like? So here we have this main branch, and we work on this branch. Okay. After completing the pull request, it is going to merge into the main. Okay, and yeah, this is going to look like, and the main will have this code. And yeah, that's all. And we can, if you want, we can delete the branch, but it's nice to have delete the branch, because and automatically once we merge the pull request, the issues is going to be closed. And you can see here there are 3 commits, and in the 3 commits we define this and this, and yeah, we initialize the repo, we define the structure, and we merge the pull request. And we can always go to the history and look what we did and what not we did, and manage our code structure in a very meaningful way. So yeah, this is all it from my side. Let me know if you have any questions left. I will 100% okay to give you the full description of your questionnaire. And yeah, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. That's very meaningful for me. And yeah, have a nice day. See you in the other videos. Bye.